First tonight, a
Prime Crime Network.
exclusive.
We got one for you out of Prince George County. This is Devontae Gray. That's Miss Alexis Shuler, the baby mother of Devontae Gray. She's been missing, and the police couldn't find her, so her mother put the police on this scoundrel. We don't know what Alexis did to make him do what he done, but however he done it. But they went back to the house for a welfare check and seen that it was some new construction done, looked at the construction and found a human foot, and it set everything off. Let's get into the story.
We start with the bizarre and disturbing case out of Prince George's County. A man is charged for allegedly killing his girlfriend and trying to hide her body in a makeshift tomb. The victim was missing days before authorities found her behind drywall.
Alexis Shuler's mother will never forget the last day she saw her daughter alive, January 10th, and the call she got shortly thereafter from the suspect that she says immediately made her suspicious.
And I said, last time I saw her, she got in your blue truck and left with you. And he said, yeah, but she caught an Uber from my house. And he tried to say that always put everybody in different circles, say she went with this person, that person, this person.
That was the conflicting information Tawana Shuler says she got from Devontae Gray not long after her daughter was last seen with him. Alexis Shuler was officially reported missing on the 14th. Officers later visited Gray's Capitol Heights home for a welfare check. According to court documents, they noticed a strange smell, but initially assumed it was related to the conditions of the home. They returned days later with a search warrant and noticed a gun, new drywall, along with construction and cleaning supplies. Once removing the drywall, they found the makeshift tomb under the stairs and Alexis's body in a large plastic bin. No one answered the door at the home today, which is a duplex. According to police, the suspect admitted to shooting Alexis, who he shares a child with, at least 2 times.
We believe him to have committed this homicide and tried to conceal it, and as you heard, confessing to it for whatever the reasons may be. In my opinion, as the chief of police in 35 years in his job, there is no justification for your homicide of this person in this house. Simple as that.
Now, the suspect did waive his right to a bond hearing, meaning he will remain in jail for now. And according to prosecutors, he is being represented by private counsel. However, looking at court documents online, it appears that their names have not been published yet.
I bet Miss Shuler didn't think in a million years that the guy that she laid down and had a baby with would do something this horrific to her. Now, a lot of these guys are really sick, and Mr. Gray here, he's one of them. Miss Alexis Shuler could have been put out the house, or you could have done anything except for kill this woman. But you guys be so jealous and so messed up that you don't even want the woman to move on and be with somebody else. And you don't even got enough game about yourself to go get with somebody else and move on. I just don't think that nobody's important enough for me to just alter my life abruptly and just say, hey, man, I'm going to kill this person. You know, now if you mess with the kids, you mess with moms or anything of that nature, that goes without saying. Y'all already know what that is. But we have to make it a priority to protect our women and children, our children and women, however you want to put it. But real men in our community, we need to really step up and protect these women and children and rid them of suckers and scum like Devontae Gray here. And here we have strange Richard Cox. Now, Richard here thinks that he's at liberty to go up to the local high school and pretend to be a woman and use the women's bathroom and then get to exposing himself. Now, again, people like Richard Cox right here, put him back on our Summer Jam screen. People like Richard Cox here needs to be changed. We can't have people like this walking amongst our women and children, giving him a chance to do the things that he did. Now, given the chance, he'd probably do something way worse. This guy should be locked away forever. We shouldn't even play, toy around, and give him a chance to do anything to nobody's wife, daughter, granddaughter, sisters, aunt, anything like that. He probably got a hankering for little boys as well. People like that usually does. But again, we have to protect our community from people like this. Now, if he happens to have a mental health problem, then they need to put him where mental health people go. But we don't have time to be figuring out if this person is sick or not. All we should be concerned about is putting the threat down. And this guy is truly a threat. Now let's get into the story.
Police say Richard Cox, shown in this arrest photo, is a registered sex offender, and after the arrest, they continue to investigate, saying it brought them here to Washington Liberty High School, the school that has a pool that is also open to the public. Children and adults swim here, use locker rooms, and Arlington Public Schools manages the facility. Police say last October, Richard Cox, who identifies as a woman, used the woman's locker room. Detectives say a victim reported seeing Cox expose genitals. Cox faces several charges, including indecent exposure, loitering near a school, and being a sex offender on school property.
As a man, what do you do? As a parent, what do you do? If your kid comes back or your wife comes back, your significant other comes back and reports to you that a strange-looking fellow or strange-looking woman is in the bathroom exposing themselves. Please let me hear from you in the comments below. Let us know what you would do or how far you would go if you would have come across Mr. Cox doing the indecent things that he was doing in that bathroom.
Tonight, we exclusively spoke to two women who say they've seen Richard Cox in the women's locker room.
He was coming out of the women's locker room when I was going into the women's locker room, and I remember looking at him saying, "Why is there a guy coming out of the women's locker room?" We were told that they're allowed to use the locker room if they're transgender, and that sometimes homeless are allowed to take showers.
Are you surprised that the suspect is accused of showing his genitals and he identifies, according to court documents, as a woman?
Yeah, I didn't think any of that was legit, to be honest. He just looked like a dude who'd walked into the women's locker room, and I'm
Looked like a man?
Yeah. I was like, I wasn't comfy.
This person was clearly a man abusing the rules and refused to use the family locker room. Instead, sat in our locker room naked and watched us getting dressed and undressed.
You're now looking at a picture of Washington Liberty High School, which is located near the pool. Arlington Public School Superintendent sent a letter home saying, in part, the incidents did not occur during school hours. The school and pool entrances are separate, and that Arlington Public Schools banned Cox when they found out that he was a registered sex offender. Meanwhile, again, Richard Cox remains in jail, and police want to hear from you. If you have any information about Richard Cox, give them a call.
Let me say this real quick. If we catch guys like this, we don't call the police. We're going to deal with your ass right then and there on the spot. So all you Richard Coxes, scum and busters like Jarvis Butts, hear me and hear me good. I'm willing to do forever and a day to protect the women and children of my community. If you know of anybody like these guys that's walking around, we have to do our due diligence to either put them away or put them down. That's the long and short of it. Hey, you want to show your support to a real stand-up guy? $ Gracious Marlowe on Cash App. Thank you for watching Prime Crime Network, your source for urban and suburban and around the world news. Hit the subscribe, like, and the notification bell